Welcome to a week of integration and introspection following a pivotal full moon in Sagittarius. With the combination of Sagittarius's ruling planet, Jupiter, moving into Cancer, you are now invited to reflect on what expansion truly means for you, even if it means stepping through the barriers and limitations of comfort. This week is not about rushing through change, rather spending time to go inward, to feel, sense, and gain a deeper understanding of the shifts you may have been experiencing over the last little while. Your senses are awakening, your inner knowing is growing sharper, and your intuition will always lead the way. Keep in mind, this month is a universal month number 6, which will become even more amplified as we transition into Cancer season on June the 20th, which also welcomes the solstice, a sacred turning point of the year where the light reaches its peak before beginning its slow descent in the northern hemisphere. This is a threshold moment, asking us to honor how far we've come and prepare for what's next. On June 17th, Mars enters Virgo, bringing precision, focus, and a refined sense of discipline to how we pursue action. Mars in Virgo isn't here to rush, rather to calculate, correct, and perfect. This transit will support thoughtful effort, physical well-being, and service-oriented action. As we also have the South Node in Virgo, this combination may amplify a need to get things in order, to clean up what's been chaotic, and to take responsibility for the details. Energy may become more grounded and directed, but with discernment. What are you committing your energy to, and what's ready to be refined? Collectively, this may highlight issues in healthcare, labor, and ethical systems, calling for integrity in the structures we rely on. You can imagine Mars acting as a sacred surgeon, cutting away the unnecessary to make space for healing and efficiency. And on June 20th, we welcome the spectacular solstice when the sun enters Cancer, a truly sacred turning point of the year. This is a time of reflection where the light or dark, depending on where you are in the world, reaches its peak, just before tilting into its opposite phase of regeneration, inner descent, or growth. Symbolically, it's a moment to honor the peak of where you are at, what has evolved and shifted over the last 6 months, what you've built, and what you feel is coming next. Cancer season invites you inward, to reconnect with your emotional landscape, tend to the core needs that sustain your well-being, and revisit the bonds that hold deep and tender memories. This is the archetype of the inner mother and sacred guardian, the one who protects, nourishes, and remembers. Cancer teaches us that sensitivity is intelligence, and that our emotional experiences lay the foundation for our choices, relationships, and self-perception. This is a season of deep listening, honoring the tides within you, of feeling instead of fixing, and of allowing the past to be felt so the future can be formed. You may reflect on what areas need nourishment, healing, and tenderness in your life. In numerology, this is a week 25, which reduces to 7, the archetype of the seeker. The number 7 represents introspection, truth, and the spiritual quest. It draws energy away from the external and into the inner sanctum of the psyche. A week under the influence of 7 asks, what is the deeper truth beneath the surface? What can only be understood in solitude through honest self-inquiry? In its shadow, 7 can retreat, isolate, or overanalyze. But in its highest form, it offers integration through inner wisdom. This week, you'll gain the most from listening inward to reflect and realign with your inner compass before stepping forward. This week's 7 will amplify Mars in Virgo's quest to clarify and streamline your focus, urging you to peel away what's unnecessary and let action be rooted in deeper truth. It will also support your relationship with Cancer season's emotional intelligence, opening space for quiet integration of insights and revelations that have been surfacing. For this week, allow the energy to tune inward. It's less about momentum and more about reflection. The number 7 asks you to seek from within. Mars in Virgo will ask for aligned action through refinement, and the solstice invites you to pause in reverence. Allow yourself to slow down enough to feel what's rising and to sense what's shifting, clearing, and illuminating just beneath the surface.